Hello, just wanted to do a quick video of my upgrades. Right here, the yellow cable sheath. I purchased that from online. I also tried to take off the kind of dye or ink wash here using isopropyl alcohol, but it's only spotty. I think I'm gonna need to pick up some acetone to take that off. Did some cosmetic work here. Instead of using those small little metal clips, I use zip ties just so I can kind of use it to cosmetically hide instead of like have it show off like these things, where I used copper tape, where Adam Savage on his Teta channel used. I used rub and buff to paint the tips, and then covered, the bottom parts with copper tape, just like Adam Savage did. Painted these with rub and buff. I didn't do a very good job, but from afar it looks great. I also did this part. I plan on replacing these pieces with copper brass fittings that I see online, most likely from Etsy. Replaced all these stickers with metallic vinyl ones that I purchased from gbfans.com. They look so amazing, dude. And this one was not included in the set, so I used the yellow sticker set that came with the pack. But still looks pretty good. Let's see, I replaced the hose here. The hose fitting that was suggested by Leeds 106 EMTB on YouTube. It is so cool. It looks so, and it's super easy to do, actually. For those who are worrying about, upgrading their own, it's very simple. There are two wires. It's just like trying to upgrade your sound pack, with like a subwoofer, just like Throwback Shack, which is what I did. I essentially upgraded the sound pack with his suggestion. I did also replace the battery pack just with his suggestion because it's so simple. These are very simple upgrades. Go to Throwback Shack on YouTube and you'll definitely see just how simple it is to upgrade. I did exactly as he described, and it couldn't be any simpler than that. This, however, is a bit more complicated. You need a soldering iron, and you need to purchase this CN Linko attachment. It's a CN Linko connector, but I very much prefer this one to the stock one, mostly because the screws are flush against the housing. And you can see here that I essentially just kind of carved out some space for that little jutting out thing from the female portion of the housing. I used fingernail clippers because I didn't have I didn't have a Dremel that's ironically coming today in the mail. So I used fingernail clippers, nail nippers, just like from what's that guy's name? the Tobro, who's a Canadian foot chiropodist. He takes care of ingrown toenails and such. But I used what I had to have had around me to keep. I replaced the hose. I replaced the hose with a garden hose, and I really liked this texture because I saw this hose being used from what's that guy's name? The Phoenix Pack, the Phoenix Proton Pack, and I really liked the texture and how stiff it was. Other people prefer a looser hose, but I very much prefer this garden hose here. Mostly because it feels I don't know, more secure, I guess. I don't know what I mean, but it's also a little more weatherproofy, I guess. And I made sure that they're secured with these garden hose clamps. And it just makes it look so much better, I think, than just the standard screw ones that it comes with normally. But yeah, that's my pack progress. I want to replace this with the same garden hose type eventually. I also want to get rid of this ink nonsense, the dye that's on the ribbon cable, mostly because everyone else wants to do screen accurate builds. I could care less about screen accuracy. I want to do what I consider to be like a modern refurbished. I also added this gem from Etsy. This is a data asset tag. And it's, to me, it just, I don't know, makes my whole theme of a refurbished, but with like slightly modern incompetence with that leave blank. Kind of like The Office, where like someone who was in charge of making that asset tag, instead of following the instructions of leaving blank, they wrote leave blank. Anyhow, yep, that's my pack. I'll make an update video as soon as I am able to make upgrades. Thanks.